Hey guys, my name is Fanistra, and today I'm going to do an episode 4 of my series called This Is How I Do It, and it's just kind of like me making a montage, but with a cooler title. So let's get straight into it. Last episode, we ended where After Effects failed to, Element failed to motion track or something, so I'm going to redo the part that messed up. So I'm going to go to Custom Texture Maps, and I'm going to put my frozen layer on, and this is the part that I figured out I did wrong. When you go to your custom text and path, you want to put the first one at the very beginning, and then don't put the second text just yet. You want to do it one at a time. So now we have the text, and I can go to my environment layer, and I can turn my environment on, and I can have my environment and look down and stuff, and it looks awesome. And I can just turn that off. Okay, now we can go to bevels and drag on a nice double down. That's cool, and I think I'm going to put the color to blue, like that. Is that good? I can't really tell. I'm going to turn the environment on just so I can compare. I don't know if blue really looks good with this map. I might change it. Should I keep red? I think I'll do red. So I'll just keep a nice red. And then I'll go to my bevel 2, the black, gross, ugly looking one. And I'm just going to go up to the reflection and change this up a bit, and then I'm going to give it a tiny bit of tint, just a tiny bit, just a little bit. Okay, that's good. So that's good for now. Then I'm going to leave that. Now what I'm going to do is wait for it to load. Okay, it's in there somewhere. There it is. Okay, I'm just going to go to path layer 2 and go to bro. Go back to scene setup, actually close that up, go to scene setup and go up here and then duplicate model, make this group 2 and then go custom path 2. So now we have bro and we have 2 more. So yeah, it's awesome. So now we can just click OK and it's done. And it'll take a few seconds to load once again. I think it's done. Yeah, we got bro and 2 more overlapping one another, so I can open up my nulls position and I can see that the Z position is about 2000. So I go to group 1 and I could go to particle replicator and make this about 2200. Okay, and then I could, where is my null to begin with? It's right there. Okay, so I'll go here and I'll go back to element and I'm gonna make this 4000 for my X, and my Y I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna play with this a bit, go to particle look, make it a bunch times bigger, so I'm gonna make it 50, and I think that's good. If I turn it, I can just put it back into Z space a bit more. Just play with the things a bit. Ew, that's gross. Come on. Okay, I think that's practically on the wall. And obviously it's going to do that. Okay, I'm going to fix that in a second. So what I'm actually going to do is go back to, since I chose stupid cinematic, I'm going to go back to my custom layers and take off bro. So I don't need that anymore. So bro's not there. And I'll make a new element later to do that afterwards. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new solid. I'm going to call this matte. M-A-T-T-E. I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to start it right here. Okay, right where it starts when it's completely turned. So like here, maybe there, right there. Okay, that's good. And I'm going to mask out, put this on full. Gonna mask out this little side so it doesn't overlap the side, and that's it. I'm just gonna mask it out, hit M, go over 10 keyframes every single time. Actually I'll do 20 to save time because it doesn't move that much. Okay, go over 20. I'm just going to pause this because you guys don't want to watch me do this, but I'm just going to go over 20 keyframes and adjust it every single time. Okay, I'm back. So what I did is just I put a keyframe like every 10 to 20 frames depending on how much movement, and then I just trimmed it up. So now I just have, if I click on this, I just have a mask overlapping this little square thing. So I'm going to go back to the first keyframe, and what I'm going to do now is go to element, go to track matte, and go alpha inverted map. Okay, so now as we can see, when it goes on, it deletes this part of deletes that part of the element word, so it kind of just acts as like a 3D track. So I'm just gonna look through this. I'm gonna adjust the position of an element a bit. I think it's pretty good, but I'm just gonna mess around with it a bit, tiny more. I think that's good for now. Yeah. Okay, and I can always adjust it later if I want to. So that's it for the 2 more, and then I'll make a new element. I'll call this element v2 because I'm awesome. Go to effect, vehicle pilot, element, and then go to custom layers, custom texture maps, turn on the frozen, and go to custom text and maps. Path layer 1 is going to be bro, and then go to scene setup, environment, go to cinematic, and then extrude this. Now we have a bro. Just gonna go to double down, zoom in a bit, go to bevel 2, and make the reflection up a bit, maybe not that much, and then just give it a nice little shade of red. And then for this red, I'm just gonna make it a bit brighter. And if we could turn on the environment, we can just like see it reflect to the environment, and it looks awesome. I love the little spiral thing at the bottom. It's cool. Okay, anyways, so now we have it on group 1. Click OK. Just let it load up. Take a few seconds. It's gonna be at the beginning, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there it is. At the very beginning. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go towards where I want the bro text to be. So about here, I want it to be on this wall. Then I'm going to go to my cinematics layer, go to 3D camera tracker. I'm going to find here, I'm going to make a new null, and I'm going to call this bro null. I'm just going to make the scale to about 2000. Okay, so that's good. And now we have the bro null. Okay, so what we can do now is go to element v2, go to group 1, particle replicator, and we can adjust the adjust the position of group 1 to the bro null. So I'm gonna make this 4300. Gonna make this 6K, and I make this 1K. Okay, so now it's on the bro null. Okay, so a few things I'm gonna have to change once it's on the wall. I'm gonna have to do another mask matte, cause. Or actually, I'll do something. Yeah, I'll do something even more simple. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to element, and I'm just gonna adjust the rotation a bit. I'm just gonna zoom in on this so I can see it. Okay, whoopsies. Okay, rotation. Adjust the X, Z a bit, and I think adjust the Y and the Z, not the X. I think that's good for now. And go to particle look and make this size 40, not 440. Maybe 35. That's a little big. Okay, that's good. Okay, and maybe bring that back a bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. Why is it just getting bigger? That is really weird. Okay, but I think it's good. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate my matte, bring it onto the element v2, and I'm actually gonna alpha matte it. Because before what we did is we masked out this because I didn't want 2 more text to be on that wall. but now I want this just to be on this wall. So I'm going to go to matte, alpha matte. Okay, so now if I go through, it doesn't show up unless it's on this matte, which I'm going to have to adjust the position for more length now. Yep, I'm going to have to do that more. So what I can actually do is I can go right here where I want the text to start. Or I could just, yeah, I'm just going to make a completely different matte, a lot easier. Matte V2. And this series, guys, it's not going to be perfect, obviously, because I'm trying to learn stuff myself at the same time. So, my bro thing, when I go here, it should be on the wall. Yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do, turn off element V2 for a second. And I'm going to mask out the wall starting from here. So I'm just going to do that really quickly. I'm going to mask out the wall and go over 20 frames. And yeah, so it's going to take a few minutes and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. I made my matte V2 and I keyframed it quite a lot. Like, I'm talking a lot of keyframing. Look at all of that. Look at all those keyframes. But yeah, so I keyframed it quite a bit. And what I'm going to do now is go to my element V2, turn that back on. Might take a few seconds. Where'd it go? Why is it over there? Oh, it was taking time. Oh, that's why. No track map. Okay, there we go. So now it's here. Now what I'm gonna do is go alpha inverted map. So now if I go here, we can't see the bro layer until it's around the corner, and isn't that just swell? That's awesome. So that track, this motion track is almost done. What I'm going to do now is just go to my mattes, F and F. I'm going to feather them about 10 pixels each so it's not too jagged. And I think we're done for this motion track. I'm just going to add a color correction. Actually, no, I won't do that. I'll add that in the second clip. So now what I'm going to do is, where is my Karachi? Here it is. I'm just going to call this second motion track bro. Just because you have that bro at the end, makes more sense. And I'll just leave it open now, so if I want to adjust it. Now I made markers of where I want the motion track to start, so I'm gonna put it right underneath here, and I'm gonna have to think of some creative way to make it come in. So I might just fade it in. That'll be pretty basic. I might just fade it in, and I have to scale this up so the spectating and all that isn't there anymore. So now if I go through, it's motion tracked and I have the track mats and it's awesome. And yeah, so I'm probably just gonna fade this in, or yeah, I'll just fade it in. So hit T for opacity. I'm gonna make a keyframe, go over about 30 frames, and then hit another keyframe and go back and make this 0. Okay, and now I'm just gonna turn this off completely for a second. I'm gonna put these voice off. I'm gonna find where I want the clip to start again. So I only want the motion track to be pretty short, because if I go back to my my main comp, I have this little gap, the 7 and 8, which is where I want the motion track to be. 7, 8, it's only wait, go back. 2 seconds, not even 2 seconds. No, wait. Yeah, it's 2 seconds and something frames. So like we'll make this about 2 seconds and 30. So go back to the start, and I'm gonna go over 2 seconds and 30 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and it's really warpy and gross, and I can fix that. So then I'm just gonna go to Control-Alt-T on this layer, and I'm gonna find the end if I can. 1 second. I'm just gonna make this composition like 30 seconds just so I can find the end keyframe. I'll drag this all the way there. That's good. Okay, and then I can just drag this like that. Okay, that's good. So now we have it lasting just for like 2 seconds. I can turn it back on, and there it is. And it goes pretty fast, and I can adjust it afterwards. And I'm actually gonna make it end right here. So I want this keyframe. I'm gonna delete this one and drag that to the end. because it looks nicer there. And I'm going to scale it up a tiny bit more because I can still see the spectating and I don't like that. So I think that's good. I can move it up a bit as well. Okay, that's good. So we've done the motion track part, and I'm going to make a keyframe. So shift 4, sorry, marker, whatever, and I'll make one right here. Shift 5, and I'll have a fade. Put a keyframe, go over 20, go back 20, sorry. And I'll make this, oh, I have to make another keyframe, then go back here and make this 0. Okay, so now what I want to do is go here, and I want this Twixtor value to be 5, and I want to duplicate this layer. On the top one, I want to delete the Twixtor, and I'm going to delete the motion track just so I can find where it's scoped in next. So I think that's good right there, and I'm just going to trim this. Go to 5, where I want the next shot to be, and drag this over. So if we look here, it's still like warpy and gross, and I'll just put this here on top of that, like right there. So I'm just going to turn the motion track back on. Okay, 5, bring that there, and bring that like that. Okay, so now we have the motion track, and it starts fading, and it comes in, and he gets the last kill, no, the second last kill. So I can trim the Twixtor layer here. Actually, I can trim it like right here, so it has to do less thinking when it's rendering. I'm just thinking outside the box right now. Okay, so that's good. Now I want to find the last shot. Actually, I'm gonna make a turbulent displace after this shot. Turbulent displace, and I'm gonna make this to 40. Evolution, get a keyframe size and amount, hit U, go over 45 or 60 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's good, and I'll just set this to like something like 10. Size to like 150, so it gets a tiny bit bigger, and evolution to 1, and then I'll just trim that up, and I'll easy these keyframes, because easy easing is literally the best, you know. Okay, so now we have the shot, and he scopes back in right away, and then after the shot, what do I want to do? Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay, so the last shot's right there, so shift 6. I'm going to split this layer, which I have to duplicate the layer and trim it because of Contasia's dumb control shift D thing. Okay. I'm going to add Twixtor. Whoa, wait, where did my mouse go? There it is. Going to set the frame rate to 59.94. 940. Okay. Image prep, universal smart blend. Go back 1 frame. Make it 100, go over, and then I'm going to make this like 250, so it goes really fast, and I'll go over 10 frames. Oh wow, he zooms back in again? That's a piss off. Yeah, that's really annoying. How long does he zoom in for? Okay, that's kind of annoying. What I can do to somewhat cheat that though, is I can duplicate this layer, because I really don't want it to be zoomed in for all that long. Can find where it zooms out once again. Oh, whoopsies, I remember that. Okay, where is this layer? I'm gonna turn these off for a second. Okay, find where it zooms out again. So right here. And I can bring this right there. Okay, now I can go with 6. He just got the kill. And I can replace it with this. Okay, so it looks like the clip's like fake or whatever. Oh, that does not look good. Okay, I'm actually just gonna screw that. What I can do is when he's zoomed out, I can just make this go to like 1%. So now it's just a scope because I don't want it to zoom back in. So I'm actually gonna make this like 3% so it's not as warpy. And that's a bit better, not really. I don't know, I'll figure something out. So we'll just leave that for now. And I want to go back to 6, where he gets the last kill. Turn these back on. So it's these 2 layers, and I want to drag them over. So now it's just boom. and that's cool and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna put this back to like 2. So that's about it for this portion. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.